Let's talk about service-based businesses for once. I usually cover e-com businesses, SaaS, but today I want to do something a little bit different and break down the top 8 reasons why service-based businesses like dental offices, like cosmetic clinics, they're failing and they're not able to scale their businesses. And we're going to be looking at this from a client acquisition standpoint, right? So everything about getting new people into your clinics and getting more customers booked. There's a lot to go through here, but I'm going to go through them one by one, and I'll be sharing a lot of stuff on my screen. If you're listening to this on podcast mode, I do recommend getting on the video because there's going to be a lot of like examples and stuff like that. But anyway, let's dive into it. Reason number 1, most businesses fail, and this is not more important than the other reasons, but the big thing we see is that they're leading people to an overwhelming page, right? So it can be a landing page, it can be a treatment page, or some kind of service page, and it's way overwhelming. There's too much stuff going on there. There's going to be different kind of contact forms, and there's going to be inquire now buttons and so on. And people are way overwhelmed, not ready to book. And we are going to break down an example of what it looks like and what can be fixed here. So let me just share my screen. There we go. So we're going to look at this specific example I prepared for you here for a cosmetic clinic. And what we can see here is we're landing on a page, and what we see immediately is this massive banner that doesn't really necessarily fit in there, I would say. You know, this is for a Brazilian butt lift, so this is for someone looking for a cosmetic treatment that's very expensive. Now, this banner is taking over the page, and I'm not getting a good introduction. I'm not even seeing the services presented here, and I have to see that the only sort of way for me to understand what page I'm looking at is to go down here, and then I can see a lot of copy, right? The other thing that is going on here is like I'm not being introduced correctly to this treatment. There's way too much focus on this banner. And then there's a lot of reviews here, not necessarily related to this specific treatment, right? So this is an issue. And that's what I mean when most people send people to pages that are simply overwhelming or not instantly sort of making people connect with what they're seeing. We also have a lot of ways to get in contact. We can go up here on this one and it says make a booking or make an inquiry. We can do a phone call. We can fill out this form. There's lots of different ways, but not necessarily a preferred way for you to get in touch, right? There's just tons of different stuff. And as we scroll through the page, I'm not convinced that this is a service of quality of someone who knows what they're doing, because there's just so much copy. It almost looks like it's done for other purposes than to get you to buy into this treatment. Could be for SEO purposes. So anyway, this is not a good landing page. They are losing probably most of the people that land here because it's just not convincing, and this is an issue. Now I'll show you an example of a really, really good landing page that we did ourselves that actually takes all the missing elements here, which is definitely, a lack of relevant social proof. I should definitely say relevant because they have some testimonials, but not related to this type of treatment. We don't have testimonials from clients that have done this specific treatment. Again, way too much copy. It's not relevant with the before and afters because there are no before and afters. It doesn't address pain points people have immediately with this specific treatment. And it doesn't clearly state like why they're unique, why you should go with them, why it's advantageous, and so forth. And a lot of confusion call to actions. Let me show you a proper landing page, something that actually converts at scale, which we did for Yorkshire dental implants. So what you can see here is a really nice above the fold section where we have immediately addressed some of the concerns and pain points of people that want dental implants and some of the issues holding them back. So for example, we found out that people don't book consultations because they're afraid they'll have to pay up front. So we eliminated that by showing the price. We also found out that if there's no financing options, since it's very expensive, they'll not book. So we addressed that immediately. And then these were some of the biggest bullets and very important things we had to write down based on talking to clients, scanning through reviews. So we just instantly hooked them in and make sure the copy is super, super relevant. We have images, we have reviews here, we have testimonials, we have a review here that's really, really specific to this treatment, and we have a video as well, social proof. And then all the content is very digestible. As you can see here, it's bullets, it's images, it is staff, it instills confidence, which is really, really powerful and important in a service-based business, right? As you can see here. So again, this content is not just random. This is stuff we have done by going through hundreds and hundreds of reviews, competitors and so forth, and found out what are their hesitations and what are the benefits that people care about, what are the things people want. So yeah, it just goes on like this. We can show you sort of how easy it is to get going, what it takes to go into this treatment. Again, more social proof. Again, video is key. The videos are optimized for mobile. These are things that are really, really important. We have, features that are really, really important again for people to do this treatment. It just goes on and on and on with social proof and showing that we're the right fit here. And everything is zeroed in on this form here that we want to take their name, their email, their phone number, and then they will go on to book a consultation. The reason for that I'll get into later, but email and phone number, especially phone number, is king here if you want to succeed as a service-based business. We have price here because in this case, lots of people said, I don't want to book because I don't know the prices. And yeah, it's just a really good landing page that converts at scale. So that's what you need to do if you want to book appointments and actually pay for this traffic, because you're going to be paying for Google ads. You're going to be paying a lot of money per click. So if you don't have like top world-class landing page, you're just not going to be able to make a big profit on it. Anyway, going back, that's number one, it's not sending people to the right page. Number two is only allowing people to book a time or inquire through a form. This can be a big issue. A lot of different businesses do not have this dialed in, and we see this as a massive issue with their website. The big thing here is either you should be able to get people to commit to an online consultation or to be able to get to that booking stage, which can also end in a in-person consultation later on. That's the ultimate goal. As you know, you're probably a business owner that if you can get people into the clinic, there's a very high chance you can close them if they at least have the money to do it. And so it's all about getting them there. The problem is that you have a form that they fill out, and that's the only way they can get in touch. So they put in their name, their email, and then they send that form in, and then they're waiting. While they're waiting, you can be 100% sure they're going back to Google. They're going to try to find another clinic they can get in touch with immediately. So you're going to basically lose them if you're just taking in form fills like that. The solution is definitely to have a good landing page that shows you Trustpilot reviews, social proof, all that kind of stuff. We've been through this. And then it is to get them to book a consultation online. So they fill out their name, their phone number, so on, but they book a consultation. You have an online calendar and they can slot in when they want to talk to you. I actually build a really scrappy design, but this is how the biggest clinics doing 8-9 figures a year are doing it. And it's a little more aggressive way of doing it, but you can get it done in a way that still seems super high end and still seems like a really good experience from the client's point of view, because they're getting what they want immediately. So basically, the best type of booking flow is a form or a pop-up or whatever you want to use that asks for name, the type of treatment or service they want, and a phone number. These things can be done in multiple steps or it can be done in one step. But you need these things in order to understand a little bit about the customer, potential customer, and what they want. Once they've submitted this and you have their phone number, this is the critical line, the red line here. Once you have their phone number, you can now get in touch with them. But 99% of service-based businesses do not get in touch with their clients or potential clients after they get their phone number. In fact, they don't even collect that data because it's only collected once they do a consultation or book a consultation. But there's a huge opportunity here because a good flow asks for these things and then sends them to a consultation page, and then they're asked to book a consultation either in the clinic, which is what you should always do, should always aim for, or if you have maybe as a side step, it can be online as a first way of entry. But a lot of people will not get to book that because they didn't find a time slot, they were not really sure, there were many obstacles in the way. For some reason, they just didn't book a time in the clinic, and now they're stuck. Now, most systems will not collect that information, and you will not have the resources to do anything about this, and this becomes a lead that vanishes, that doesn't exist anymore. What you should be doing is, okay, if they're not booking an in-person consultation, is that lead is now sent over to a marketing team or to a setter, someone that sets an appointment. So basically what happens is somebody's going to dial them up and simply say, hey, I can see you were on the website, we can see you were interested in an Invisalign treatment for your teeth, and you didn't end up booking a consultation, but we wanted to make sure we're here to to answer any questions you may have and maybe see if you want to book something in the future with us. So he's trying to set this appointment, and by leading this conversation in a friendly way, not too pushy, it's a great experience for the client. They feel like they're being heard. Maybe they had a few issues, like they were not sure about financing, or they couldn't find a time they were looking for, whatever. Now that setter can help them book in that consultation, take their information, type it in, and send a confirmation to them saying, you got a new time, it's slotted in here, you have to meet up here in this clinic. This is going to dramatically increase the amount of patients or clients you will get in the end, because so many people will not be able to finish that booking. Maybe they were in a hurry, or there could be 1,000 other things. This is not a lot of information we're asking for. We literally only have their name, what they're interested in, and their phone number, maybe email. But we are not going to bother them with 1,000 different details for that in-person clinic consultation, because when they come into the clinic, we're going to be asking for their birthday. We're going to be asking for all those things that we need. Could be from legal perspective, but also to store that in your database system. So you want to remove all those obstacles before they actually book and get into your in-store location. That's the flow of the best businesses that are doing everything perfectly. If we go a little bit further, because we addressed now the reason why a lot of businesses are failing, they only have this form that gets people to sort of just wait for something to happen. Like, oh, I sent my inquiry, let's see if they get back to me. But what you should have is this system here, and this is the best you can get. Now, the third issue that a lot of service-based businesses fail is they don't have a CRM system. And if you don't know what a CRM system is, it's basically the system that you store all your leads in. So everyone that sort of started that journey towards becoming a patient or a client, they are stored in there, and your sales or marketing team can use that system to make sure they can follow up on the leads, call them, send them emails, and so forth. And of course, if they don't want to book a time, they can, throw them into a bucket that says lost, and that way the sort of the sales funnel is always updated and relevant. So you want to set this up, and when you set it up correctly, it's really nice because the setters will use it. They know who to dial, and it's very easy for you to understand your conversion rate, how much you're paying for a lead, how much you're paying for an appointment, and how much you're paying for a new client. And so this is really, really nice. And usually you can set these CRMs up with your whatever system you're using for your bookings, and it can all talk together. So it's really nice, and that's what the best businesses are doing. Here we see an example of just sort of like a dental software where you can see, if you're completely new to it, you can see all the appointments booked, you can see how many patients you've gotten this week, this month, all these different things. So that's the idea of a CRM system. I'm just showing you that for illustration purposes, which if you're a business owner, it's really great that you can also see what's going on, how many appointments you're booking, how much it's costing you, and so forth. The next step, which is, again, I've been talking about it, not using a setter team to close the leads. I have already been diving into this a little bit, but if you're not using a setter, just leaving all those leads out there, the ones that gave you their phone number, just leaving them out there and not doing anything about it, and there's a very, very high chance they're looking or they're interested in a treatment. And when it comes to cosmetic treatments, for example, they don't know if they need Botox or if they need another type of filler product. They know they have an issue with their appearance. They need to be consulted about what treatment will be better for their issues, whatever they want to get fixed. So the setters are just so important because they can eliminate doubt, hesitations, obstacles, and get them into the clinic by helping to book a meeting with these people that are, doubting whether they should go forward or not, right? So the setter team is really, really important. And you can outsource this to third-party companies that will learn everything about your business, dial everyone for you, and you will pay sort of a cost per appointment booked. But you could also hire your own team in-house or use someone like us that can kind of help you as a turnkey solution. So number 5 is not using live chat to book more appointments. That is a huge one as well. That assists the whole process, because at the point where they're on the website, they'll have many questions, and if they cannot find the answer, they're just going to leave. If you have live chat, you can answer those questions. You can help them, feel confident in moving forward with an appointment. You can help them with the calendar system if they're not finding a time they want or anything like that. So live chat is just going to help you increase your conversion rate, especially if that live chat is engaging and looking at what page you're browsing and asking you the relevant question at the right time. This is key here because no one likes someone that comes in out of nowhere. We all know that person in a clothing store that asks you if you need anything at a totally inappropriate moment. So definitely don't be that guy. But live chat can be used sophisticatedly to help book more calls. And this is something we help set up for a lot of clients. And it's really, really important as well. Number 6 is using email flows. This is really important. If you're asking for emails, you can send them automated flows about your treatment options, or if you know they have expressed interest in a certain treatment or a certain service, you can send them emails that goes over case studies and testimonials of that service, and that will help them slowly feel confident enough to go ahead with booking an appointment, right? So you can do that, and you can obviously also be getting those emails by hosting giveaways, like a giveaway for a certain treatment that is not costly. Like if you're a dentist clinic, you could do every month you do 2 free cleanings, which you give away if you sign up for the newsletter. So that there's an easy way to collect a lot of emails, and the emails are gonna build over time, and it's gonna help you get even more bookings as well. So it's gonna be powerful, and if you're not using it, you're missing out greatly here. Number 7 is creatives and ads. Now, you might not be an expert on ads, not everybody is, but ads is just really, really important because this is what delivers the traffic to your website. So you mainly want to be running ads on social like TikTok and Facebook and Meta. All those channels are really important. And then obviously you have Google, which is still really, really important in the service-based industry because of YouTube, because of Google. The algorithms are very powerful today. So the biggest leverage and the biggest change you can do is have really good creatives. And you need someone to come in and make sure you're constantly testing different creatives. So if you're doing that in-house, that is a lot of work for you, but you need to constantly be testing because prices will continue to go up, and this is the way you can be ahead of the competition and make sure you're staying at a really low cost per click and cost per appointment booked. All these metrics are very, very important. And then a lot of agencies, if you're working with an agency or if you're even in-house, they're not considering the full scope or the life cycle of your entire business. So they might only be looking at cost per appointment and saying, we're delivering quality, your cost per appointment has never been lower. But if the ads are saying things that are not true or making, statements that make them feel like it's something else, they are going to be terrible customers for you in the end, or they're just not going to become a customer. They're just going to be an appointment that never turns into a customer. And so it's really important to understand the cost per customer, which is what you care about as a business owner, is what you get in new revenue collected from new clients. So this is really important. When we work with clients, we are very holistic here, and we definitely also run ads to make sure we have enough traffic on the website. Here's an example of an ad, by the way, that I just really liked for someone that is doing cosmetic treatments. This one is powerful because it just says so much in one image, and I think this is what you will need to be testing all the time if you're selling different services. Is your ads need to communicate what it is you're selling and how to get in touch and things like that, and this is powerful. So tons of different variations here would definitely be the way to go to see what people respond to in order for them to click and book a consultation with you as well. If we proceed a little bit here, obviously number 8 is important too, because this is client case studies and video testimonials. Cannot be stated how important it is. You definitely need that on your website, and they need to be mobile friendly as well. Here you can see 3 that we uploaded for a client, and this is going to make a huge difference. One thing we always set up is, make sure you collect Google reviews, make sure you collect Trustpilot reviews, because these are sort of the big ones people go for. Yelp can be another one, but definitely make sure you're collecting reviews. It's going to be a key thing for you to get more clients, and I think most are aware of that, but still we're not seeing video testimonials on the website. So that is a big one that you need to get on as well. Now, I went through 8 points and I've been talking way too long, so I'm not going to keep talking, but I could easily come up with 20 more points because we see so many issues on service-based businesses. So if you want more of these kind of things, you'll just need to get in touch, and we can kind of help you audit your site to kind of see what you could be doing better, and there's going to be a lot more issues. If this sounds like, oh, it's just way too much, I don't want to be dealing with that myself, I don't have a team dedicated to it, feel free to reach out as well. We're happy to audit and give you some pointers and tell you if it would make sense to collaborate. We do offer this sort of turnkey solution where we do the ads, we do the website, we do the client acquisition systems, we help you with the CRM system, and you just sort of take care of your business, and we help make sure that you fill your calendar with meetings. So if that sounds interesting, definitely reach out. And if you want to do it yourself. I hope this video was useful. I think there's a lot of things that can be improved. So good luck with it no matter what. And hopefully we'll speak soon.